Welcome, beautiful yogis. I'm so glad you're here. Let's do this together. Find calm in the middle of the storm. I know there have been lots of storms down in California, certainly lots of rain up here, 11 degrees north, and the world is in chaos. And we are here to find a little calm and peace and reset our nervous system. So we'll do that together. And I'm thrilled you're here. We're going to start in the open book pose tonight. So if you've got your bolster, pop it on a little support. I've got 2 blocks. And we're going to lie back in the open book shape, which means placing your spine along the middle of the bolster so that we recline back. And find that landing place right in the middle. And then the arms can rest on the blankies that we've placed each side. And those blankies also serve to support your thighs. Now for some we'll want higher support, so you could double up your blankies and simply let your elbows rest on the ground. So just doubling up your blankie so you've got more support and the elbows on the ground. So arranging the props in a way that supports the cobbler's pose, and that supports the falling away of the arms in your upper body, and this arriving. As you close your eyes, welcoming yourself to this moment on your mat. Your awareness coming deeply into your body, into your breath. And then before we even dive deep into the breath itself, to be aware of the space that you are in. Others in the room. Others in your house. So that we are widening the circle of connection, acknowledging that. All of us connected now through the Zoom. We've all shown up, and even though we are resting on our mat with the eyes closed, we know we are connected. Allowing the sense of your connectivity to your family. Just letting them appear in your mind's eye or feel them in your heart. Welcoming in any animals in your life. And acknowledging the land where you live. Acknowledging the weather, its moments of wildness, and the moments of quietude again. And so we're linking into this web of connection to which we all belong. And with that as setting, let's take the next breath together, deeply in through your nose. Letting it expand your belly and climb up through your ribs all the way to your chest and throat. Little holding moment. And now blow the breath away through your pursed lips, gently, slowly, completely. A kind of a whoosh. To breathe in again. Deep into your low belly. Let your breath rise. Rising to that full capacity where we pause a moment and feel it. And then letting it whoosh away. Keep whooshing until you are left with no breath. And repeating. Incoming breath. Deeply connecting with the feeling of it. The little holding moment and then the washing away of your breath through your pursed lips. A little sound is fine. The releasing exhale. Let's do it one more time. The rising, the expanding, the cresting at the top. And then the blowing it away, whooshing it away, smoothly, completely. And rest a moment, can you? On the empty moment. There's a moment of drop. Drop inward, no breath. Incoming breath, let it rise. And this time your exhalation can be through your nose. This manner of breathing, bringing us into the body, sending that message to the nervous system that we are prepared and ready to let go the angst, the high alert, and begin to drop into calm and stillness. And I know that there are days that's easy to do and days it's almost impossible. You've been so busy, you've been so gung-ho doing, and that it's hard to slow all those horses down. But we're coming as we are and doing the best we can. We are living in times of great, great change. Personal upheaval, personal uprooting, or sensing the urge to uproot but not knowing quite how to. And witnessing the wild of nature all around us. Water washing away that which was solid and stable. And so as we breathe and rest together, we find that center, returning again and again to that center with each breath. And all the while the heart is opening, the shoulders are falling back, in contrast to how we usually are, hunched forward. And so let that into awareness as well. Your body opening, your mind focusing, the intention to center, to relax, to become present with what is here now. And so that's the invitation when we practice equanimity. We witness and allow internal storms, external storms to be here. And we have shifted to that capacity to witness, to watch it all, and to feel it all. The capacity to feel the extremes, uncertainty, change, not knowing. To let it be there, to let it register somewhere in your body. So should it be that you are being visited by a very strong emotion, just acknowledge it. Welcome, I see you. And let your breath make space for all that arises. Your breath, the tool, as well as the tell. The breath indicates where we're at, but it's also the medicine to bring us back, to reset. I have a little piece here by Sharon Salzberg. You know, she's a wonderful, wonderful Dharma teacher. And she talks about equanimity, and she talks about what it is not. She thinks of the word in Pali, which is upekkha. And that word is translated as balance. Balance born from wisdom. And so what equanimity is not is coolness, indifference, fear masquerading as being just fine, like a teenager shrugging, rolling their eyes and saying, whatever. That is not equanimity. Equanimity is not passivity either. We are not being a doormat or a dry leaf asking to be blown about by the winds of change. Equanimity is more the feeling of intensity without being overwhelmed. The breathing, the making space, the relaxing into whatever is here promotes, supports that internal state that we can call balance, but it's not a static state. It's the capacity to feel without being overwhelmed. So, dear yogis, let's change position. Gently bring your knees back up together. Help them along. They've been wide for a little while. And then just roll over to one side. And we'll make our way into the next position, which at this point I love to do the forward-facing position. And we'll take child's pose, rotated spine. So we'll take one of our blankets to sit on, placing it now at the low end of your bolster, and we'll sit on the left butt cheek, plop down. Both legs are on one side, so both legs are on the right. And then we can use that second blanket to support the top knee. And so this is a twist, so the knees and hips are facing one way, but we're going to lift and lengthen up and rotate the trunk and the rib cage the other way. So lift, turn your ribs, and then come forward as best you can, full frontal. Again, aligning your spine, now the front of it, on the middle of your bolster and resting your left ear down. This is where we do a little check-in. Is it comfy? Could something make it more comfy? We could extend the bottom leg. We could adjust the pillow blankie for the top leg. So make those little adjustments for yourself. And this is mindful adjusting, sensing the subtleties of it. Now, if I were in the room with you, I'd come along and rearrange and help you do that. But you're doing it for yourself. Give yourself time, permission. I know that sometimes in the night when I can't sleep, tossing and turning and trying to find the right position, that's not what I'm asking you to do. Not that sort of frantic tossing. Maybe you know that experience as well. This is more a very minuscule rearranging of your support, of your body, to now drop into the feeling of the downward pull, your props, the ground, drawing you down to create space in your upper back, your middle back, even your lower back in this revolved position. And anywhere that you feel strongly, can you welcome it? Or do you want to adjust again a little? Until you can welcome it. And then we'll switch awareness to breath again, bringing your breath deep into the low back and into the places that you feel. And you can again guide your breath in the upward flow. The inhale is the rising upward flow of prana, of sensation. And then the invitation is for the exhalation to elongate it, to make it longer. To come now in a 1-2 ratio of breath. Your exhalation twice as long as your inhalation. A powerful message to your nervous system. You are saying yes to relaxing. Yes to letting go. Learning to be present with what arises. And it especially has to do with our feeling body, our emotional body. Our emotional body responds to the outer stimulation. It also responds very much to our own thoughts. So we are not turning away from the tough emotions like anger. We just notice they're here. And we can learn to be present without falling into the extremes of overwhelm, or the opposite would be denial. We can allow ourselves to feel full intensity. And in the little pauses, we get that moment of choosing choosing how we will respond. So we shift out of that reactivity and we move into freedom, the freedom of choice. Choice to return again and again to that long exhalation. And if doable for you, drop into a moment without breath at the end of that long exhalation, adding on to the releasing, the letting go, the willingness to drop into here and now, into the body, that we can feel even more boldly that inhale. It's louder when the exhale is longer. Beautiful yogis, let's switch sides. Do it slowly. Do it with awareness. Do it with the feeling of your hands on the ground and the strength it takes to push up and to switch to the second side, so that you're now going to be on your right hip, right butt cheek. You can bring your support blanket to the other side. And settle in. The lifting, the rotating of your trunk now the other way. And to come forward, resting on your right ear. And let your shoulders, arms and hands release and relax. So we give ourselves a moment to settle, resettle, and once able to accept, receive the new place, we nourish it with our particular breath, 1-2 ratio, and the little pause at the end. Equanimity holds everything. Equanimity, says Sharon, can be described as the voice of wisdom, being open to everything, able to hold everything. Its essence is complete presence. And that means that we can hold the suffering that we've seen, the storms, the loss, the destruction. We we can hold that in our being. And to know that the courage, the wisdom to hold that opens us to the joy. Yes. And do we move from one to the other? We hold them at the same time. We hold them at the same time, so we don't have to be overwhelmed at the suffering we see. And if we are for a moment feeling these strong feelings, we let them be. And joy returns. That is the practice. Equanimity, holding everything. And so peace is not about moving away from or transcending all the pain in order to live an easeful, spacious realm. We cradle both the immense sorrow and the wondrousness of life at the same time. And being able to be fully present with both is the gift that equanimity gives us. Spacious stillness and radiant calm. Equanimity means being with pain and pleasure, joy and sorrow, in such a way that our hearts are fully open and also whole, intact. We can recognize what is true, even if painful, and also know peace. Equanimity doesn't mean we have no feelings about anything. It's not a state of blankness. Instead, it is the spaciousness that can relate to any feeling, any occurrence, any arising, and still be free. Is, in my mind, the essence of the yoga practice, embracing the opposites, holding them in oneness. How's your breathing? And so, beautiful yogis, let's gently come out of this pose and set up now for either child's pose over the bolster this way or crocodile pose. So for child's pose, some of you will be able to sit down on your heels. Some of you will have a blankie to sit on to make more space between your butt and your heels. Leave room for your knees. And then lie forward so. And if this is not a welcoming place for your knees, then please come into crocodile pose. So now you'll be on your tummy. If you're not sure, you can have a little look. Crocodile pose, we have the bolster now under the belly. And we'll just lie forward. There's a little pressure on the tummy with the bolster, and if the bolster's too much, just a pillow blankie. And so we draw pubis, heart forward. Make a pillow with the hands, or turn your face to one side. And sense that your spine now is aligned, no longer revolved, just in a long line. To know that with each inhale, there's a lengthening, creating more space between the vertebrae. The spine actually gets a little longer and more spacious with each inhale. So it's not only the ribs that expand, but the movement of the diaphragm also creates space in the discs of our spine. Tuning into the subtlety of that. And as you breathe here in this aligned position, the left and the right, share a little a little poem with you. It's a poem that actually goes to music, but today you'll hear it as a spoken word, inspired by Thich Nhat Hanh. And it's called I Am. I am the hobo on the highway with my finger in the air. I am the eagles soaring, watchful for dinner to appear. I am the angel and the demon. I am the egg and the semen. I am the myriads of spirits just longing to be here. I am you. I am the tender loving mother and the infant at my breast. I am the early morning chorus of thrushes in the nest. I am the gentle, lapping ocean on the shores of Zanzibar. I am the spruce and the cypress, reaching for the stars. I am you. I am the swallow and the termite in the beak of eternity. I am the prisoner bound in shackles, longing to be free. I am the hand, I am the glove, I am the chilly winter breeze. I am the whales in the ocean crying out to humanity. I am you. I am the tiny little tadpoles in the tide pools on the moon. I am the lonely cricket calling for my love to come soon. I am the poet and the hangman the soldier and the mailman. I am everyone and everything, all fragments of the one. I am you. By Chris Mello. Let yourself feel it all. So beautiful, yogis. We come out of this pose too. Do it mindfully. Hands on the ground as you push up. Push up, and we'll set up now for the seated forward bend. Make a little table. High blocks and bolster on top. That's a little table where we're going to rest our brow. And then a little seat on a folded blanket. You could have one or two of those. Straddle legs or crossed legs, whichever feels good for your body today. And then we come to lie forward, to know that you could be on your elbows, support your brow with the thumb knuckles, or you could simply fold your arms and place your brow down. A forward seated pose that is inherently calming by its very shape. And its very shape inviting breath into the low back. So we'll do a different pranayama, a different pattern here in this shape, a different count. This time we're going to be suspending the breath on full. So this is how it goes. The inhale would be for 4 counts. The holding of the breath is 7 counts, and the exhale 8 counts. So if you like, I'll lead you through the first one. If you want to do it, just breathe out completely. And then the incoming 1, 2, 3, 4. Suspend your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Release the breath, breathing out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And breathing in. 2, 3, 4. Holding. Continuing in your own count. The count is to 7, and then when you're ready, the exhale will be to 8 counts. Stay with this practice. Relax into it. Relaxing particularly as you are in that holding phase, holding, to then release with control, smoothly, all the way for those 8 counts. As you complete this cycle, let go that particular breath pattern and drop into the witness mode. See what is here. It's all without judgment. Being in the middle of it. As your body adjusts, resting, holding it all in equanimity. And so slowly, I invite you to come on up to a seated position, not being too involved in the outer at this time, just coming into an upright seat, just sensing still that relaxed brow, the frontal lobe of your brain. Resting awareness there as you sit for a moment tall. Then letting the awareness come to the breath, the movement of the breath through your nostrils. Still, we are breathing the natural breath of the body, the sense of being breathed, but tending the breath right at the nostrils. And if it feels good to just lengthen both inhale and exhale. And we are about to practice alternate nostril breathing. So I'm going to talk you through it if it's new to you. When you feel you're at the top of the inhale through the both nostrils, bring your right hand thumb and lightly close your right nostril, leaving only the left open, and your index and middle finger rest at your brow point. Exhale through your left nostril only. Here's a little empty moment. And then the inhale occurs through the left nostril. Same side, in. And now at the fullness of breath, we're going to switch nostrils. So your ring finger can close the left nostril, lift your thumb. Exhale slowly through the open nostril, which is the right one. All the way out. And the inhale is through the right nostril. Beautiful incoming gift of this breath. We close up, we open left for exhalation, letting the breath be subtle, not pressing too hard on your nostril. To leave the left open for in. And switching again at the top of your breath, opening, lifting your thumb to breathe out through your right. And then it's in, same side in. And the other side for the exhale. So it's a simple pattern. Continuing as you are. And if you're very comfortable and relaxed, add a pause at the end of exhale. All the breath goes out and there's a little rest. And your fingers don't move. Incoming breath, same side. When you reach the top, you might also add a little pause and then breathe out the other side and rest at the end of the breath. Any sense of strain or struggle, back off a bit. So this is a kind of a training, an exercise, a practice. The intention is to keep the practice of breathing this way in a very doable place. So you shouldn't go into tremoring or gasping or any sense of not getting enough air. Just let it feel lovely and doable for your body. To slow down your breathing and to alternate sides. This is a balancing practice. It's also known as a cleansing practice, clearing the nadis. The nadis are the energy channels. The yogis mapped out the energy channels They are not visible or tangible, but we can know them, feel them, sense them. Relax into them. Simple focus of breath, little pauses, switching to exhale. Beautiful. Now when you reach the exhale through your left side, rest your hand down and sit a moment in the natural breath, feeling that. And then keeping that sense of quietude, please come onto your back for the elevated legs position. Now this could be against a wall if you have a wall in your space, or it could be just over the little table that we've just been resting forward on. Now lie on your back and bring your legs up on that little setup or your nearby chair or coffee table. And now that wonderful feeling of the back that's been stretched forward, that's sat up for that breathing practice, now completely held. Upper back, lower back, so held by the ground that you can truly, truly let go to it. And feel your natural breath in your body, dropping into deeper stillness and quietude. So beautiful, yogis, let's bring this elevated legs position to completion. You can draw the knees in towards your chest. Give them a little hug and rock a little side to side. And then gently roll on over to rearrange everything on the mat. Your head pillow goes to the top of the mat but above the mat. The bolster is going to be underneath your buttocks, but we'll first place the blocks at the foot of the mat. And in this supported bridge pose, we're going to be on the back without a pillow under the head. You can always have a little look-see at the screen if you're not sure where we're going. I'm going to lie down all the way and then raise the hips up and pull the bolster right under until you can rest your tush, wriggle on and get comfy. And then let your arms fall away alongside, palms open if you can. And then let your legs slide out. And this might be where you change your mind. You might go, that's a bit much, too much stretch on the back, I'll leave the knees bent. The other way you can adjust this shape is by using a smaller pillow, one folded blanket, instead of the big bolster. And then snuggle your upper back. Feel how that can really fall away deeply into the yoga mat. I have another breath practice for you here. A little bit more demanding than what we've been doing. If you're willing to give it a try, it will take us even deeper. And it goes like this. It's a nose inhale. The exhale can be through the mouth, but we're going to break up the exhale into 3 or 4 little contractions at the core. So the exhale is broken up, and I'm going to do it for you so you can hear it. Breathing in, mouth, 3 to 4 until you're empty, 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 pulling the tummy in. Then release your belly for the inhale. Through the mouth, contract and release your belly 3 to 4 times to get rid of all that breath. Soft belly, breathe in. A few more of these. You can hear the sound of the exhalation. It's a broken up exhalation, and there's a smooth inhale. Nose in, 4 whooshes out. They're more like big panting out. 2 to 3 more, and then we'll relax. Can you do one more with me? all the breath out, 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 out. Now deeply in, relaxed belly, in through your nose. It's going to be a very big inhale. Keep breathing in, keep breathing in. Make space for more breath, even if your shoulders pull back a little bit. Keep breathing in until you're full. Hold this breath. Relaxing in the hold. And then gently release this breath all the way out, 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 out. At the end of this breath, let go all control of the breath and be breathed. Let your body take you where it wants to go. Being in the allowing, the receiving place. Dropping deeper into the place of trust. Trust that we are being breathed. Trust in the unfolding breath by breath, moment by moment. As we rest here, the sun setting in our part of the world and it's rising on the other side. And the moon midway, no, further than midway, 3/4 of the way, back to starting again in a week. Resting, being breathed in all the cycles. Resting in trust. We'll gently now move into the final relaxation phase. And so the knees bend so you can lift your hips, push the bolster downer to support your legs. The pillow blanket, you can, if you like, bring it under your head. Some like to use eye pillow for this final piece. Get yourself completely snuggled in, unwrinkled, so grounded in your body as it's being breathed. And let yourself go deep. resting. Resting as we are in a state of grace. Grace is blissful and nourished with gratitude. Let in the gratitude. Gratitude for the next breath, the next step, the next moment. Each moment we are alive is reason to celebrate, even if we don't feel like it. Celebrate anyway. There's beauty all around us if we're open to it. Even in the gutter or under a bridge, still there is sky, still there is life. And so the final part, a little whimsical poem. You are the wine that cannot return to the grape. You are the wine that cannot return to the grape. Thousands have been crushed for the sake of this breath. Bouquet of oak and rose, cinnamon and musk. Spring rain in withered hay, the vine of the Vedas, the whole tree of knowledge entangled in the hollow of a tiny seed, the place your forehead goes when you bow. Astronomy and silence, wisdom and tipsiness, what's the difference? Just say thank you, and savor yourself. By Frank Lamotte. Savoring yourself, dear beautiful yogis. Let's gently come out of it now, moving, stretching, completing the practice. That inner thank you, riding on your breath. Come to sit. And then we'll do a lovely stretch of the arms, a big inhale, saying yes, yes, yes to this life. And bringing it into your heart. Thanks for coming. Thanks to Chris for the poem. And to all of you. Namaste.